It is so cold today. It's like windy and rainy as you saw, and it's the perfect day for cooking. Any day is perfect for cooking. Sunny days, cloudy days, any sort of day. So today I'm going to be making a carrot cake pancake tower, if that makes sense. So basically, the idea started like this. I thought, okay, I want to make a carrot cake, and then it went to, I don't want to make like a normal carrot cake, like that's boring, everyone's done it, like I want to make something new. So then I thought, okay, what if I make like pancakes, like carrot cake pancakes, and then I make a tower? And I thought, everyone sort of does that as well. Like there's many people who are doing like the really beautiful beautiful pancake towers, and I thought, boring. All right, what else could I do? What else could I do? And then I started doing some research, and I looked at some photos, and I looked at some recipes, and then I came up with this. I'm going to make 3 big pancakes, and then 3 medium ones, and then 3 small ones. So it looks like a cake, like an actual like 3-layer cake, but made out of pancakes. And it's going to be gluten-free and almost dairy-free. Like you can sub some things to make it completely dairy-free. I can tolerate butter, so butter's fine with me. But yeah, let's get started. I'm so excited. I just want to see it there already. And so the creative process begins. It transitioned from like the pancake tower to the cake, and then I wanted to like do 3 different frostings in the cake at one stage, but then I tried to keep it simple. First off, get all of your ingredients out. Yeah, it's a mess, don't worry. Pack your almond flour really tightly, that is key. Also, you can use coconut oil instead of butter. And shake that almond milk and the tahini so you don't get like clumps of like dry tahini and oily tahini, or like clumps of like almond stuff. And yeah, you can dance a little bit while you do it. Have fun with it. Why not? Grate that carrot like there's no tomorrow. Honestly, guys, it's like a workout. It's like arms and forearms and even ab workout. It's impressive. Yep, give it a shake. That'll do the trick. So these are the dry ingredients which we are going to mix with the wet ingredients. So choose very big bowls. I made a mistake of not using big bowls, but you don't have to make that same mistake. The frosting ingredients, we're using cream cheese here, but like I said before, there's a vegan option as well. Now start mixing the almond flour with the coconut flour, the shredded coconut, bicarb soda, and make sure that it's not clumpy. Like if you sift these ingredients, it would be much better. And also add some cinnamon and nutmeg. Also, don't be afraid of using salt, because salt is what takes out the sweetness in desserts. Now mix it all up. Like I said, use a big bowl, otherwise you'll just have to transfer it and make a huge mess. Now for the wet ingredients, start cracking the 4 eggs and whip them up really good until they become like light and fluffy and slightly light yellow. Then add the dry ingredients little by little, and do not use a whisk because it'll just clump up, as you can see. So I actually had to change to a spoon anyway. And mix it thoroughly so you don't have like clumps of dry ingredients. Then I'd like you to cut out 3 circles, a large, a medium, and a small, so you can guide yourself when you're making the pancakes. The small and the medium pancakes should be cooked in a pan, and the large ones in a tray, an oven tray, and just mark them with the circles so you know how big you have to make the pancakes. Make sure to shape them really nice with a spoon, and also sort of pat them a little bit on top so you know that it's nice and compact and it's not like going to break easily. Put them in the oven for 10 to 12 minutes depending on how hot your oven is. The cooked pancakes should look like this, so not dark brown but just like golden brown, and be very careful when you're flipping them, just like this, because otherwise it'll be probably a little bit of a mess, but they're not as delicate as they seem. This is how the cooked pancakes should be looking. They should be just like that beautiful golden color. Okay, time to make the frosting. I didn't have a beater, so I had to like really work that butter and use a little bit of heat to make it soften. I added the cream cheese. I tried to mix the cream cheese with the butter with a spoon, and I thought it wouldn't work, but it did. So it ended up looking like this. I put it in the fridge so it would harden a little bit, and then I wanted to do another frosting with coconut cream, but unfortunately, as you can see, it's very liquid, and normally after being chilled overnight in the fridge, it should be hard, but this brand was just like very liquidy. It had like water in it, so no matter how much I whisked, it wouldn't work. So yeah, I just gave up that idea. Okay, so now it's time to frost the cake. This is my absolute favorite part, and I hope you love it too, because it's just like the part where you can be the most creative. You just put a little bit of frosting between the pancakes. It's not rocket science, guys. It's like super easy, super fun. And yeah, you can eat a little bit of it while you're frosting it, that's fine. I want you to put a big dollop of whatever is left over on top of the cake, so then you can start putting some things on it. I had pecans and shredded coconut and strawberries and mint. I ended up not using the strawberries because it was just going to be too much, but I did use the pecans and the shredded coconut and the mint. I would tell you to not use the mint because like it just wilts in the fridge, and honestly it didn't really add much to the flavor. It actually derailed from the flavor of the carrot cake. So yeah, you could find another alternative though, like flowers or something else that would be pretty and wouldn't wilt easily. And voila, there you go. The cake is done. It looks beautiful. It smells incredible. Ooh, hey! Okay, this is the birthday cake for my dad. Happy birthday, Dad, or in Spanish, Feliz cumpleaños, papi. I would have made this cake for you if I was in Bolivia, but I hope that Stacy, my sister, or mom makes something for you. I know they will, like they've been cooking lately, so proud of them. This is a carrot cake. Actually, this recipe was inspired originally by my mom, who was making carrot cake at home, like a healthy version without gluten, without dairy. And yeah, by the way, this cake is gluten-free, and it can be dairy-free if you sub the butter with vegan butter and tofu instead of like the cream cheese. There's like a soy-based cream cheese. So guys, there is a newsletter. So I just started doing this last week. A lot of you asked me for the recipe for the cauliflower steak. So then I thought, what if I just like send the recipe to those who asked me for it? So if you go down to the description box below, you will see like, if you want this recipe, click here and it takes you to my website, and then you just have to fill out your name, your email, and then I will send you these delicious, beautiful, creative recipes that I make every week. They're original, like for real, like you won't find this anywhere else. And if it's a failure, I'll tell you it's a failure, but this one was a success. I know because one of these cakes, like it got destroyed and I just ate it with like the leftover frosting, so that's how I know. Anyway, time to cut this up and taste it with Fred. Remember that piece of metal that fell off my whisk? I ended up using that to protect the cake to save it in the fridge overnight. And Fred and I decided to eat the cake in the morning, so this is the next day. It was actually incredible. Like Fred is such a picky eater, especially when it comes to carrot cake, and he actually liked this. If you like this video, then go ahead and subscribe so you can see more of them. You can also give this video a like or a comment. I love to read your comments, and until next time, I'll see you next Monday.
I rate it 10 out of 10.
Really?
Yeah, I want more.